Hey there, Dad. Great from Marketing for Hippies. Today's video is about the two ways that you can communicate your point of view. Basically, you've got a choice between being explicit or implicit. So explicitly communicating and sharing your point of view means you break it down, diagrams, charts, images, top 10 principles, 7 steps. That's an explicit giving of your point of view. The other way is implicit. And implicit basically means you tell stories. So they both work. And part of this is an aesthetic. There's a style choice here. Different, I think, approaches work at different times. The implicit, of course, is going to evoke a lot more curiosity and kind of interest. No, tell me more about that. And also the implicit can convey. Well, stories are just a better way to convey information than data and all of this. And then there's a point where, more stories is not what's needed. People really just need to, okay, what do you, break this down for me? Give me the Cole's notes of your philosophy on this. So, yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But if somebody says, hey, what's your, they say, what are you doing? You say, oh, well, I help. So let's say somebody asked me, I said, well, yeah, I help hippies figure out how to market their stuff better. For example, and then I might tell a story about a client who I helped. And in sharing that story, of course, a story has a before, a during, and after. Before they came to me, they were really struggling with this. Then during the call with them, or the session, or the workshop, we noticed this, and this, and that's where the point of view starts to appear. And then after, here's the result they got. So you see what I'm saying? In the middle bit, there's the point of view. In the first part, we got Island A. The last part, the before, and then there's the after. The after is hopefully, Island B, the result they're craving. And then there's that middle part. Right? Before, during, and after. And in the during part, that's the point of view. That's where my analysis comes in or does not. So, I might get some strobing here. Oh, brutal. 1 second, let me stay put. So those are the choices. Do you want to be explicit or implicit? And it's just good to know. So for example, a lot of indigenous elders, especially in the beginning, working with them, a lot of it is implicit. There's stories, there's little anecdotes, but it's not necessarily, let me stand up here and tell you everything I know in a chart format with PowerPoint. In a lot of traditional cultures, it's largely through stories. And only, rarely does it get broken down, the codes behind the stories, and not until you're much older. I've done years of working with this fellow, Stephen Jenkinson, and his work is, he doesn't have a explicit model necessarily. It comes out in bits here and there. You get these models and formulations, but most of it is implied, and you have to really be listening to pay attention to hear it. So I don't know which one, do we go for when? What's the proper or best one? You'll have to figure that out yourself. It's just good to say that when we're working with point of view, there are those two different approaches, implicit or explicit. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a like. It does help Jimmy the algorithm a bit in my favor. And but yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on this, because this is something I'm just beginning to articulate, and it seems like it has some worthy application somewhere. Thanks so much, everyone.